I started Chiltern 21 years ago. It was one of those things you just think about. And you think, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it and I might regret it all my life. So I jumped. We take children from the age of 7 to 13. Some of the children are just dyslexic, some of the children have got other difficulties like dyscalculia, some are dyspraxic, and some children come because they need just a small school environment, a nurturing environment. So that's Chiltern. I'm missing someone. Morning, Elliot.
Morning, Mrs. Gordon.
Morning, Florence.
Morning.
So children that are dyslexic are children that are bright children that often find that they have trouble with language. Often they have trouble learning to speak when they're very little, and then it manifests itself differently when they're older, that they actually have problems acquiring reading skills. They often have fabulous ideas, but they just find it difficult to put pen to paper.
Stop! Brilliant, count them up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Brilliant. And
We follow multi-sensory, which means that you use as many senses as possible. So the children will do a lot of visual work. So if you're doing something, that a lot of children will learn only by visual methods. So they need to see everything.
put your hand here on your neck.
Yeah.
Say
Duh.
duh.
Duh. Duh.
And now say t. Can you pitch?
Oh yeah.
Felix. It's a. You would just want to put. Would you want to put the largest city as a subheading, or would you have it just as a bit of information? Bit of information.
I'll do it as a subheading.
Ah, okay. You'd like it as a subheading, would you? So you would put the largest city in the USA. So would you just?
Well, one of the largest.
Okay, it's one of the largest.
So in mainstream, so if the teacher said one thing, they would only say it once, normally. And then you had to copy off a board. And then I struggled to copy stuff off a board. So they just had to get someone to sit with me, which is a bit embarrassing. But here they just say something and it's a lot easier to understand.
We try and make them feel that they're very safe here. They feel comfortable that they can make mistakes, and that they learn by their mistakes. We emphasise that you've got to make mistakes in order to learn. Make sure you've got your earphones on, and you do that instead of Lexi, and then we'll see how it goes today, and then you tell me, okay? Are you happy with that? Yeah. Okay.
Even though there's a lot of bad things about it, there's also a lot of good things about it, and I never really recognised the good things until I came here, and then it's just shown me how much more you can do if you are dyslexic.
Once upon a time, there was a bird, a fish and a whale, and they decided to have a competition to see who was the best. The fish went first. First was the swimming competition.
Every single child is good at something, if not loads of things. And we celebrate that, and we recognise that we all can't do everything.
Next went the bird. He tried to swim but just floated, so he came back. And next went the fish. She swam all the way to the end of the swimming pool, swam back and climbed out. So the fish won that competition. Next was the flow competition. The fish went first.
Everyone can do something, but no one can do everything. Because even though some people find it hard to write here, there are other things they're really good at, and then we kind of show that. We tell them that they're good at it, and then we do that with them to make them feel better.
Next went the bird. He flew all the way to a faraway tree and then flew back. So the bird won that competition. And then finally was the digging competition.
everybody can do maybe a little bit of something, and they might struggle on other things, but then they at least are good at one thing.
He dug deep, deep down, found an underground train and came back. So the farm won that competition. And the motto is, no one can do everything, but everyone can do something. So I think it's a way of saying, just because that person can do something that you can do, well, don't worry, because there's always plenty of things which you can do which they can't do.
All the children here are very talented, but maybe not talented in what the academic world thinks is talented. Sounds a bit cliche, but I mean, to actually have spent quite a large part of your life doing something that A, you enjoy, but B, has benefited other people, it's great.